And we'll obviously get to potentially see Pulisic back on the pitch in the Premier League this weekend against Sheffield United, which you can watch on Saturday, 12:30 Eastern at Stamford Bridge. But then we maybe get to see him in the US national team jersey for the first time in a long time. He's been called up by Greg Berhalter in a very youthful squad. He's only called up European players for games in Wales against Wales and in Austria against Panama. So those two friendlies are coming up. The US national team haven't gotten together for a long time, only once previously in 2020, and that was right at the very start with the US North American-based players. So this is going to be a very interesting squad. And Nick, I know there's a few new boys there you want to keep your eye on because I think there's 10 uncapped players in this 24-man roster that Greg Berhalter, and a lot of them are at really big clubs in Europe, aren't they?
Yeah, you're at a point where you're saying names almost for the first time and hoping you get them right. The most exceptional one on the list in terms of catching people's eyes, Yunus Musa from Valencia. Doesn't turn 18 until November 29th. Arsenal guy, had 5 goals and 3 assists for them in PL2, but 22 times for England between U15 and U19. Scored his first senior goal, La Liga versus Getafe yesterday. So this is a kid who's going to be, again, 18 at the end of the month. Really exciting. Other guys, we know their names. Owen Odasoe is with Wolves. He's been named to their bench a few times. So a Premier League guy. Another one who isn't near Leicester's first team yet, although he's trained with them, is Chituru Adunze, who we've seen in, I believe, the U19 World Cup. And then you've got Johnny Cardoso, who's playing in Brazil. Richie Ledesma, we know a bit more about these guys. And even a guy, I have no prayer of saying his name right, Nicolas Giacchini from Caen down in France's second tier. So very exciting team. I think a lot of those guys we probably see in the Panama game, and a lot of the big names we see against Wales.
Yeah, Andy, there's still a lot of big players there. Obviously, first time we're going to get to see the likes of Gio Reyna, Pulisic, McKennie, Adams, all in the same squad together. I just want another point on this. The roster will have an average age of 21 years and 300 days. So it's an extremely young team. But what are you looking for out of this US national team side?
Yeah, it's kind of incredible that we've been doing this Gio Reyna thing as the future thing for so long, but he has 0 caps for the U.S. It's just not happened for him yet, I guess, at this point. But so that's obviously something to really look forward to. He has proven that just the conveyor belt of talent at Dortmund is a really, really beneficial thing for the U.S. men's national team, and we need to try to get as many players there as we can to do their development at that club. I'm kind of looking at this defense here, though, and thinking about the entire player pool as well, and thinking about World Cup qualifying whenever that's going to begin, and the World Cup as well, and thinking, do we have any good defenders? I think we've got a couple pretty good fullbacks that we've developed, which is a position that we've not had for a very long time, but center back is a real worry for me at the moment. John Brooks is still going to be relied on, and he's in this squad as kind of the centerpiece of that defense, and it's just never happened for him, at least on the international level to this point. So I'm a little worried defensively. Chris Richards, he's going to need maybe a big leap forward to kind of, obviously take a starting spot in the national team, but to be an impact player that we need there on the back line.
And of course, we'll have you covered here on ProSoccerTalk and NBCSports.com. USA are playing at Wales and in Austria against Panama. We'll have you covered with analysis and news from the international break as the USA are finally back to playing, and it's going to be interesting to see Pulisic, McKennie, Reyna, Adams, all of those big boys leading a young group of players underneath them. So, yeah, absolutely buzzing for that, lads.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe. Make sure you subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and always join us every weekend at 7 a.m. on NBCSN for Premier League mornings. Plus, make sure you subscribe to Peacock Premium as well, where you can watch exclusively live 175 games and same-day on-demand replays of all 380 Premier League matches as well.